So Donald Trump decided to post from his Truth Social, and no, I'm not following his Truth Social, so I just stole this from like an account on Twitter that reposts all of his insanity. Anyways, so at 1:30 in the morning, he decides to go on a rant. NPR and PBS, two horrible and completely biased networks, biased platform networks, should be defunded by Congress immediately. Republicans, don't miss the opportunity to get rid of our country, rid our country of this giant scam, both being arms of the radical left Democrat Party. Just say no and make America great again. Now, who does that fucking remind you of in Canada? Perhaps a certain Mr. Pierre Poilievre that has been ranting and raving against the CBC for years, convincing all of his insane sycophant followers that the CBC is a liberal fucking media outlet, that they're biased towards him, though, I mean, if you've watched Rosie Barton lately, that is not true. I'm sorry, but anyone wants to sit there and say that Poilievre is not like Trump. He's exactly like Trump. He's exactly like Trump. And the stupid thing about it is that if you know anything about Canadian content, every single media outlet is funded by the government. Okay? All of them get the media fund. All of them. CBC now is actually, yes, a government funded because they get a large amount of money. But anything that's Canadian content that is seen, that's on radio, that TV, movies, whatever, can apply for the media fund and get money. So all of them are government funded. So your Toronto Sun, your National Post, all of those right-leaning media outlets, they get government money too. And yet they still talk out against the government. They still talk out against the Liberal Party. It has nothing to do with being paid. They all get that money. And just because CBC receives more funds does not mean that they have to be biased against the Conservative Party. Like I said, if you watch Rosie Barton as of late, she fucking hates Carney. She was rude to him. She's been nasty, snippy. She was accusatory. And yet she's still on CBC, even though at one point there was a campaign pretty much calling for her head. She's still on there. So Pierre is exactly like Trump. Okay, he thinks that everything is fucking state-run media or whatever, and it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit, because CBC has existed under conservative governments, and they still spoke out against the conservative government in the past as well. So to sit there and claim that the CBC is a liberal mouthpiece and all that, it's bull. And Pierre Poilievre continues to threaten to take down the CBC. One, he's not going to get any supporters that love the CBC, like me, love the CBC. And two, he's never going to get rid of the fact that people are going to associate him with Trump.